good night and have a good rest. After opening his remarks 10 minutes or so ago with good evening.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A new pope has just been selected for the Catholic Church by the cardinals. So for the over 1 billion followers of Catholicism, they now have a new leader, which, as you just heard him say himself, he's on his way to go pray to Mary now. I noticed a few other interesting things that he mentioned in his speech, which could give some insight into some of the plans for the new Pope and the future, notably when he said we must pray for the brotherhood. And I think, in my opinion, it may be the task of this new Pope to really bring about the new ecumenical movement, to unite the religions of the world, Hinduism, Buddhism, Muslims, snake worshippers for that matter, you name it. All will need to be united under a singular global consciousness. And that is the goals of the New World Order, folks. That is the goals of the global elite. So is this the man to carry out that agenda? Only time will tell.
One of the things that struck me about all of you here is your ability to engage in interreligious dialogue.
E questo è molto importante.
And this is very important.
Perché se voi incominciate a litigare, la mia religione è più importante della tua, la mia è la vera, la tua non è vera, dove ci porta questo?
Because if we start to fight amongst ourselves and saying, my religion is more important than yours, my religion is true, yours is not, where will that lead us?
Dove?
Where will it lead us?
Qualcuno risponda, dove?
Someone respond. Where would it lead us?
Forte.
Distruzione.
È così. E ci vuole litigare.
Yes, it's okay to discuss and to...
Tutte le religioni sono un cammino per arrivare a Dio.
Because every religion is a way to arrive at God.
Dirò una comparazione, sono come diverse lingue, diversi idiomi per arrivare lì.
Sort of a comparison, an example would be they're sort of like different languages in order to arrive at God.
Ma Dio è Dio per tutti.
But God is God for all.
E come Dio è Dio per tutti, noi siamo tutti figli di Dio.
And if God is God for all, then we're all sons and daughters of God.
Ma il mio Dio è più importante del tuo.
But my God is more important than your God.
È vero quello?
Is that true?
C'è un solo Dio lì. E noi sono idiomi, cammino, lingue per arrivare a Dio.
There's only one God, and each of us is a language, so to speak, in order to arrive at God.
Qualcuno è Sikh, qualcuno musulmano, qualcuno Hindi, qualcuno cristiano,
Indo,
ma sono diversi cammini.
There are different paths.
Understood?
This is Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth, and as you just saw, the Pope just said exactly what I predicted he would say 11 years ago on the day that he was selected, that all religions are a path to God. So in this follow-up video 11 years later, I'm not only going to prove that he is wrong, but I'll also show you how anyone who thinks that he is correct is just being intellectually dishonest. So let's start with the obvious, guys. Muhammad contradicts Jesus. If Muhammad spoke the truth, then I'm going to hell for being a blasphemer, for worshiping Jesus as God. If Jesus spoke the truth, that he is God in human form, who died and bled on a cross for me so that I could have eternal life, then I'm going to heaven if I put my faith in him. Both claims cannot be correct at the same time. The avatars of Hinduism contradict Jesus. The avatars of Hinduism contradict the teachings of Buddha. Contradictory ideas cannot be both true at the same time. And if you think that they can, you're being intellectually dishonest. If I say that 2 + 2 = 4, that is a truth claim, a dogmatic truth claim. What I'd be saying is that 5 is incorrect, 3 is incorrect, and that 4 is the only true and correct answer. Well, do you realize that saying all paths lead to heaven is also a truth claim, a very exclusive truth claim? And the all paths lead to heaven truth claim is actually claiming that the majority of human beings on this planet are wrong, because the majority is either Muslim or Christian, and they don't believe that all paths lead to heaven. Now, Jesus also made a truth claim. He said, "I am the truth, the way, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me." So, knowing that 2 contradictory ideas can't both be true at the same time, how do we determine who is correct and who is speaking the truth? Well, you certainly have to question your beliefs. Is this one true or is it wrong? And in fact, Jesus himself commands that we do that. In Matthew chapter 7, verse 1, Jesus says, "Judge not lest ye be judged." And he's not suggesting that you suspend your critical thinking, because just 14 verses later, in chapter 7, verse 15, he says, "Beware of false prophets who come in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they're like ravenous wolves." So in other words, he's saying that good and evil are so intertwined in today's world that if you don't think critically about these things, you're going to get ripped off. So now the question is, how do we do that? Well, you have to actually study the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and determine, does the evidence suggest that Jesus is telling the truth? And if it does, you put your faith in him. But if the evidence says otherwise, that Jesus was a liar, then obviously you would be a fool to put your trust in him. My research shows that the way that he lived his life, the profound teachings that he taught, like the Sermon on the Mount, and the fact that he died and rose from the dead add to his credibility. And he is saying that the only path to God the Father is through him. So who's lying, folks? Jesus or the Pope? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. As I said many times, in an honest pursuit of truth, all roads will eventually lead to Jesus, at which point the researcher will have to decide, is he who he said he was, or isn't he? I've come to realize that he is. So don't let the Pope and his ecumenical movement that has evolved into embracing all of the world's religions fool you. Multiple truth claims that oppose each other cannot all be true at the same time. Only one can be true, and his name is Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you appreciate my efforts to bring you this information, please consider checking the top link in the description below to where you can find me at pressfortruth.ca/donate. I am going up against quite a battle here, guys, and I can't continue to do this without the help coming directly from you guys, the viewers. So thank you so much to everyone who's going to help me to continue to fight the good fight. I want to ask you to please share this video with your friends and family who you think need to see it the most. Click that thumbs up button and stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more video reports coming soon, God willing. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.